Stop him so close.
And we started.
But the match is live.
So we've got Pixie and Mr. Nobody are red this time around. We got FedComp, Punktronica, who are blue. The maps, we've officially switched sides, so let's see how this goes.
Have you reset the, what is it, overlay to be on the correct sides?
Nope.
You should do that.
Actually, let's see here.
Alright, I'll talk while you do that. So, on the blue team, there have been some changes to this map. It's been a while since I've been on this. But, so blue team, we have Moneymakers, a couple T99s. On this map, there are two Jackals that start running towards your base, your fortress at the beginning of the match. And taking them out is a really important thing. Otherwise, you just get a little bit of free fortress damage. But FedComp, barely lives.
So this is going to be very interesting because this match is crucial to FedComp and Punktronica, who, you know, at least from playing, you know, the game before it hit Steam and all of that, I saw these two names and I went, oh god, let's see how these guys do. I pretty much picture them winning. Now, I'm not 100% up to date with exactly all of the players and how good they are at defeating me when I turn it on, but I know that Punktronica and FedComp have caused many nights of depression for me during me playing this game, so.
I know that feeling. I have been similarly stomped by the two players. But the last match showed that you can win. There's huge fights going around on this bottom point on the red side. They really want to make sure that they don't lose that map control. And
they're trying. I mean, FedComp is dropping infantry like normal. I know at one point it was called FedComping if you dropped infantry that much. So let's see how this goes.
Oh, look at them working. They're working together. Look at that infantry drop. Bam. They took back that bottom point. They had like infantry to spare. In fact, he popped out and got in the bear trap.
And we got some Seekers here too, so.
Some Seekers.
Oh!
They can't come. He's nobody's in trouble. He dies. Pixie's in trouble too. Those Seekers came out early and they didn't really expect them, but Pixie can run away. He's fast enough.
They got control back, so.
Mr. Nobody didn't have blink, so he couldn't get away faster.
Alright, so let's see what's going on in red. We got Pixie over here with the Google I/O flare going on.
Oh yeah. Whoa, that's cool.
What is?
I don't know if I can even talk about that. I don't know exactly what it does quite yet, but it did something that I didn't expect it to at all. Anyways, so not talking about things that only I can see. Mr. Nobody, they're just making sure that they can keep their points under control, but so far, blue team has been doing really well at keeping that bottom point. Red team hasn't really been... Pixie and Mr. Nobody haven't been really doing anything to, I don't know, rebut that.
And if you're new to AirMech, I saw some of the people that normally watch my streams and all sorts of things. Basically, what they're doing right now is when they pick up their item on the ground, whether it's a tank, whether it's a defensive item, they bring it over the base. It's theirs, and they are able to heal it. So that's why you see them picking it up off the ground, dropping it over their base, and then doing that again.
That's actually a really good strategy to use when you're being assaulted, because you can cycle out which one takes the brunt of the damage. And so we might see that in these coming matches, or in this match even, the unit micro.
And what Pixie's doing right now is Pixie's dropping defense on the opposite side. Now the way this map works is there's actually a split in the center, which is right here. This is a divide that I'm awful at showing on camera, but a divide right here that makes the map interesting because you can't just let infantry walk over. They have to go through these tanks. They have to go straight to the center. So taking center in this map is one of the most crucial things you can do.
Oh.
I heard... Oh! What's going on?
FedComp dropped a couple Geminis at the back door to do a little bit of damage, but he got taken out from a heavy anti-air turret on its way out. However, still, you should look at the defense that blue team has on that bottom point, the bottom corner point. It's absolutely huge.
Oh, blue just took center. FedComp is dropping them like crazy.
Yeah, red just really wants to keep that center point because that allows them to, as you can see, amass their units and push them out. But Pixie, low on health, trying to fight.
Pixie's grabbing some Seekers. Now that's going to be a good move because if you can stop the mechs from getting over there, well, they're pretty much SOL at that point.
They take back their own point, and but blue team looks like they're ready to make another push, take it back. They don't want them to have that center point because as much as they like their bottom corner point, they can't really push if you can push from the middle. It doesn't work as well.
Now I haven't seen anyone attack anything on the bridge. I wonder if that's going to come into play. Either the top or the bottom bridge throughout this match, or if they're just going to go straight on the center or anything like that. But Pixie's just taking infantry down one by one right here.
Oh yeah, one of the interesting things about this map is that the chasm has the two bridges which units sit on. And you have to spend a little bit of time to remove those units, but once they're gone, your infantry can sneak around. That's actually a path they can walk down, and so can your units if you decide to put them that way. But it looks like things are starting to slip out of blue team's favor as middle point has been taken. Oh my god, Punctronica takes out Pixie.
But Pixie just took over the bottom left spot. So red is approaching upon blue territory at this point.
This is blue team's chance to like try and do any damage they can. That's what you have to do when you've killed somebody. You got to try and obviously make the best of it, but we haven't really seen too much of that. Respawn timers are a little bit low though, so I don't know how valid that is. Look at red team. Yeah,
FedCom can't even get over to that center base because of all the things destroying him instantly. Now Pixie might want to go and heal that Seeker over there before it just explodes and wastes a lot of money.
It exploded.
Ah, man.
However, in the meantime, Mr. Nobody's taken out the top right point. FedComp is in trouble. He's low on health. The heavy anti-air turret is going to kill him. Almost cementing their location there. If I were red team, I'd have put up a couple Arties or Archies to do some small damage on that bottom left blue point, which FedComp just remembers exists.
Now, if they've got the top one right above the base, so if they can secure the top right above the base and to the left of the base, we could see... I only could imagine and only hope that we could see some Goliath attacks from both sides.
You just want to see Goliath. It's all every day.
That's absolutely true. Because that was the one thing, if you play the survival mode, you see the Goliaths, and the only way you can utilize them is by taking them over with your Osprey and converting them. But
with your Osprey?
With your, whatever.
Saucer.
With your Saucer. Your Sauceprey, that's what I call it. I said Sauceprey. That's what I call it, okay? So, yeah, taking over your Saucer and converting it, which was fun, but now that you can drop them... Punctronica's trying to take that top base over.
He just died again to the heavy anti-air turrets?
Yep.
Oh, man. Something that hasn't really been brought up. You mentioned earlier that this has ever so slight similarities to another game called StarCraft, just because of how the units work and how you control them. But one of the most striking similarities is that scouting is insanely important. If you can identify the weakness in the other team's fortress or outposts, or even just like when they're low on health, you can press that advantage so hard.
Go to FedComp and Punctronica. We've got we got some attacks going down towards them. It's just not going to do anything. It looks like FedComp and Punctronica won that little victory over there.
But look at what all the units are doing. Doing so much damage to the outpost defenses. And
while that's happening, up at the top base, we got Mr. Nobody taking the top, putting some money makers. I could only hope that those money makers are a quick foreshadow to seeing Goliaths.
They're still 2 or 3 levels away.
But
Pixie scouted.
You save that money up. It's like an investment, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how you save for college when you're like 10 years old, which I didn't do. But if you did, you know you can't go to college yet. But when you get there, you're going to have a lot of fun times. You might not get the grades, but at least you saved up and you can buy cheap beer. What's going to happen here is going to be interesting, though, because if I see a Goliath win, I'm going to dance.
A Goliath. It's still another level away. Pixie's the closest, because he's been doing so many fights with blue team, but so far this is looking to be red team favor. Oh, so much damage being done to all. Punctronica lives with a sliver of health. Absolutely nothing. And while I speak, FedComp gets destroyed by Mr. Nobody.
So we got
Pixie's being pinned down.
Yep. Oh, and Punctronica just leaves Pixie alone.
The heavy anti-air turrets would have killed him.
Absolutely. So Punctronica's dropping some offense going here. We're gonna see. Oh, Punctronica almost died.
Oh. Oh snap. Pixie scouts it out. They had. Oh, blue team is putting down some offense on red team's fortress. Put down 2 Geminis, but the base defenses are doing so much damage.
Yeah.
FedComp is destroyed by heavy anti-air turret. Mr. Nobody's trying to defend, but look, they did like 30% of the fortress health. It's that's actually not that bad, and it's forced red team to chill out. Meanwhile, Punctronica and FedComp are doing some damage to that top right point. Pixie wants to stop it though. He sees it. Oh, put down a Seeker and force him to run away.
So FedComp is sitting here. He's destroying the moneymakers. He's trying early on to take out all the defenses on that base. He's trying to also make sure that no Goliaths come out, because if you can hit those Goliaths, that is definitely an advantage there.
Yeah, with the outpost being so close, as long as if you can distract them, or at least keep them alive until they make it to the fortress, that'll be a painful time.
Punctronica goes down up at the top base. We have all 3 living contestants up there at the top. Even though, I mean, right now blue's got the health advantage, but they're getting cornered. Well, actually, they've got a solid defense going here. The center is pretty much taken by red, though.
Yeah, FedComp and Punctronica did push off red team's little base, the outpost that they had up there. But they're not going to let that go. They're bringing infantry. They just want to hold, not let them fortify that position. So meanwhile...
go ahead. It is all you.
Okay, meanwhile on the bottom, looks like Mr. Nobody wanted to put down some pressure on that bottom middle point that blue team owns.
So if you're watching the stream, what I'm doing is I'm swapping back between all the players. You can see it's an infantry battle right now. They're all trying to take the land over, so that way they can have money advantages, have all sorts of advantages, and this infantry... Ooh! Mr. Nobody's dead.
He gets destroyed by Punctronica in a nice feud. And in the meantime, FedComp's taking the occasion.
FedComp's sending some Geminis and a Seeker up towards their base.
Mr. Nobody sees it happening.
Yeah, Mr. Nobody's got that.
He's going to try and defend it as best he can. He's building some heavy mines.
He better. That might actually do a lot of damage, because there's not a lot.
There's not a lot of defense. Pixie
came over to help.
So low health. while that's all happening, Punktronica is trying to take that top base, which isn't very defended at all. This could go either way still. Oh, Mr. Nobody takes out Punktronica right over his own base. That just goes to show how fast the saucer is at doing damage.
The saucepree, as some call it.
Saucepree. It has the blink ability, which gives you a short burst of speed, and allows you to catch up with your prey.
Let's look at what Pixie is planning right now.
Oh man!
So we've got everyone else is just planning. I believe what was that? Hats. I didn't see what's his name was doing. Punktronica, but Pixie over here has got 5 Goliaths on deck. This could be.
Look at FedComp.
There we go. Oh my god. We are about to see some Goliath on Goliath action. I am excited.
God, Goliaths are already going out.
Oh man.
That means that the blue team's Goliaths are going to have to be defensive.
Defensive Goliaths, which is just a $10,000 waste or whatever they are. They're very 15. I'm just making up numbers, but this could be interesting. I mean, you can see that you could just watch the infantry just die instantly to the Goliaths.
Punktronica is putting out heavy mines to stop it, though. This could kill that column. Not alone, but it could over time.
I took one. Let's see.
Oh, so much damage. That would be a huge waste if they all go. Oh. And the 2 Goliaths are being used defensively. If they survive, they can be used offensively later.
It's true.
But they need to support this so hard.
And at this point, too, I mean, we've got...
oh my god, so much damage being done. Those 2 Goliaths held off so well.
Mr. Nobody is just shooting at the door at this point for an attempt to try to save face for the fact that their Goliaths just went down.
FedComp is trying to capture one of the Goliaths.
Oh man.
Since there's nothing to stop him from doing it. He's gonna do it too. Oh
man. He just jacked your Goliath. My god. Especially too because, you know, that was a lot of money. That's a lot of their funds that they're going to use to fight this battle, and well, now it's gone. That sucks for them.
Pixie's gonna try and snipe one to get rid of it, but Punktronica's gonna defend it. He doesn't wanna see that happen.
So Mr. Nobody, obviously, I mean, he's only dropping a he doesn't have enough money there. I mean, you can see he's doing infantry. They're trying to take it back, but I think we could have
oh, Pixie, so low.
I've seen some Geminis going out, but I think that was their plan, was to hit them hard with that, and it's not working too well.
That could spell their doom, but I don't know, we'll have to see.
FedComp is just taking out the boomers.
Oh my god.
Now we are at the 17-minute mark. When you get to 30 minutes, at least from last time I played, but apparently I'm wrong whenever I talk, you'll start seeing the bases start decreasing in health. Which would be very interesting if it comes down to neck and neck and it's map control at that point.
Yeah, it used to be a much worse system, but this definitely bases it more on map control. You can see Mr. Nobody doing some unit micro to make sure that the Geminis... This is just wasting his time at the center base. Punktronica... Pixie should just go over and start attacking him. But FedComp gets destroyed by Pixie as he was trying to assault the Red Fortress, or at least try and take out some of the defenses there. He was attacking a T-99.
So we got a Goliath coming on. I'm going to give you Goliath count. We got Goliath on red coming out. We got Goliath on blue. And then just infantry.
There are 2 on red team right now, total, and 4 on the blue team. Now, 1 coming.
Now, 5. The one thing, too, that's interesting about this is no one has cleared out the 2 bridges. Actually...
Oh,
red,
yeah, the top bridge.
Red has almost cleared the top bridge. Boom,
they
just cleared the top bridge. That was almost like I planned that. But the way this is working out could be interesting. Because we could easily see them send those tanks, and they could get blown up by trying to capture the middle or the bottom bridge. So the Goliath placement at this point is going to be crucial.
You should see what Mr. Nobody did. He took out the entire bottom left point from blue team. That gives them solid map control.
Oh yeah.
But nope, blue team, they don't want to see that happen. They're moving infantry over. Oh man, that's such a useful strategy. Just put down 6 and force them off the point. And the other 2 can go wander, whatever. It only takes 4 to capture a point.
So FedComp is trying to take over some of the. Man, I cannot tell you what that item is right now when I'm trying to talk about it. So there it is.
What?
The
Bear trap. Yeah.
Well, he was trying to take over the Gemini, but for some reason I only want to say Goliath at this point. Everything.
Stop talking about Goliath.
No. Because when you see that Goliath come out, you're just like, okay, this is going to be awesome, you know? Because a lot of it too, a lot of the beginning is infantry drops, which isn't as exciting to watch as Goliaths coming out.
Whoa, Mr. Nobody gets destroyed by Punktronica. This is giving them an opening if they want to take it. A small opening, but one all the same. Also, in this downtime, I think I might mention we've had a team withdraw. Sucks, man. Mr. Nobody, he's so dead. Oh, okay.
Okay.
you made a great juke.
We should also give a shout. Triplicity is the one that basically made this entire tournament happen.
Oh yeah.
Trip is actually figuring out everything while we're having fun watching the game. So, shout out to Trip. I know Trip is watching, but doing all the hard stuff while I flip back and forth between players.
Oh my god, you're pressing 1 through 4. How difficult is that?
It gets kind of tough sometimes.
Oh no, I know. Ah man. If I could multitask more, I might be able to both cast and read chat, but that's not something I can do.
It's all good. So Pixie has got a Goliath about to be birthed, hopefully somewhere, because it's awesome. FedComp is just dropping some infantry. FedComp and his damn infantry. Mr. Nobody infantry.
Infantry is overpowered, man.
It is.
It always has been.
But, you know, it makes sense because you need people to take over a building. You can't just... Tanks can't operate machines. It makes sense in my mind, okay? So we'll just go with that. Now, Pixie over here is just teasing me because there's a Goliath ready to come out of base, and he just waves to it and goes the other way. Assuming...
There's like a Goliath wall.
There we go. Pixie just dropped it up in the top base. However, it's taking a little bit of damage, so maybe... Hopefully Pixie actually will heal it before sending it because Goliaths are my favorite part of the game.
We're waiting for, I'm waiting. This game has been going on for quite a while now, comparative to the last one. And it's been a pretty hectic game, map control going both ways. So I'm excited to see how this is going to go.
I'm thinking this might hit... You know, we might have to see 3 matches, which I'd be excited because both of these teams are awesome, and to see this match go on this long is going to be intense, especially once it hits 30 minutes, because then all hell breaks loose.
Oh yeah. And again, we still have a little bit less than 7 minutes until overtime hits, at which point map control is the name of the game. Mr. Nobody's about to get taken out. Oh no.
Now, if you look at
he needs to leave right now.
Pixie's running out of energy. Pixie's about to go down.
Slow.
Oh, there goes Pixie. What's interesting
nobody comes to help
is if you check out the center base, If you check out the center base, there's 2 Goliaths just hanging out, waiting to kill the infantry. Watch that. Boom, boom, dead. No more
They don't
infantry.
even care.
So it's cool that they have those on deck because, you know, when you launch your final attack, you want to try to send everything you got. And I can see a bunch of Goliaths getting ready over here on red.
On the fortress?
Yep, at the fortress.
Pixie's low on health. He has to retreat. Mr. Nobody trying to take out some moneymakers, but now he's pinned.
And now here's the point about the bridge that we were discussing earlier. Now, red took out the top bridge. You can see one little guy just going on with his merry way. He's going to die instantly, but the fact is that, you know, if he gets that shot off there, which he probably won't. Oh, look, there's a little bit of damage. So it's very interesting to see how that will play into it. Because they could easily send a few things going up to that top. No one would notice it. Unless I talked about it and then they're watching the stream. But let's pretend that is something that will never happen.
Yeah, let's assume.
So we got infantry, FedComp. Just that little guy would not die. And he made it into the base somehow. That sneaky little guy.
Man, this battle. Oh, Punctronica is being assaulted by red team. He's so low health. He dies. There's a chance.
Oh, Carbon James told me to just hold the pickup button, which is awesome. You should give a shout out to Carbon James because he actually built this.
Yeah, one of the developers. Woo! This is his dream child right here.
So we got Mr. Nobody dropping some infantry. We got some bear traps.
This late in the game, it's good to point out that respawn times are actually quite long. At the earlier levels, you basically die and then you like come back. Oh, speaking of which, Punctronica kills Pixie over the chasm after they had a fight on the top point, and Mr. Nobody runs. He has just a sliver of health. Makes it away.
I think we're about to see that bridge come into play because it looks like red is getting all their top parts set up, and I think they're going to launch an attack through that bridge, which would be awesome because no one really plays with the bridge.
Oh, look at the center point.
Oh, dude, everything is smoking.
Look at that center point. They need to stop this. FedComp's trying to capture that Goliath. Battle over the top point. Red team can't give this up. It'll cost them too much. This blue team can suddenly pull out a bunch of items and just push up. Even though their defense there isn't all that good, that would be a strategic advantage. 3 minutes until overtime.
Yep, 3 minutes to overtime. Overtime is when it's going to be hectic because at this point, if it goes to overtime, I think we're going to see a blue victory just out of the fact I haven't seen any base attacks and they got more health going. FedComp's trying to take over the top.
Oh!
And
FedComp gets destroyed.
And like you were saying, once it gets to the higher levels, it definitely takes a little bit more out of you. When you die, it takes longer to respawn, and when you're 3 minutes till D-Day, it's definitely going to be a little bit more, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's going to suck if he doesn't spawn anytime soon, because once overtime hits, all hell goes loose.
You can see that both teams know exactly what's happening. Red team is building up on that center point for one final push because they know that blue team has the map control. And you can see that blue team's strategy for the last 3 minutes has been get as much map control and remove as many defenses as possible so that you win in overtime. Now, whether or not, saying, oh, let's just push it to overtime is the best decision, but sometimes it is your better decision. Your only one.
I have definitely seen, and now what's cool is, throughout the building of the beta, originally there wasn't that 30-minute mark and all that stuff, but I've had some battles where it's been just me at the end waiting for 30 minutes to come and trying to kill the other person, because if you run out of lives, you're dead.
Oh, that was in the earlier, yeah.
Yep. So.
How many are there?
Wow, there's some Goliaths over there in the center.
I'm seeing Seekers too.
Seekers and Goliaths. I think they're getting ready. I think.
Fedcomp died. They should.
Oh man. Well, I mean, and here's the thing too. They need to start sending because
it's a minute.
We are 1 minute till overtime, and once that happens, you know,
they're not even waiting on another one. They need to go now.
They gotta send it. They have to go.
Come on.
Because FedComp is building Goliaths. I mean, these Goliaths are going to have a giant battle there, but both teams are going to start losing health instantly, and the team with the most health at that point wins, and that would be FedComp Punctronica.
The ones with the most life and the most map control. You can win if you just own one more outpost than the other team.
Yep, and right now that's FedComp, and I think they know that. I think that's what they're doing, is they're just getting ready. They're just going to be on defense. They all they have to do is be on defense at this point.
It's just 15 seconds. This is
They gotta go, man. You gotta launch these. There we go. Let's see, because this is basically
more Seekers. Go grab all the units you have. Send them.
Yeah, send everything, because at this point you're gonna lose if you don't. So I'm gonna follow these Goliaths.
FedComp knows what's happening. He's building heavy mines. He's making sure they don't even get close.
See, now, I would just be dropping things to blow those up at this point. Just try to get your...
Oh, wait. Do we not have overtime?
No, it's red. We're overtime.
Yeah, but there's no base damage being done by the team. Oh, and there it goes. It takes a second step set in. Look at the damage being done to those Goliaths and to the red team. So they need to support this push.
They have to. If they don't support this, it's game over, and we're gonna go to round 3 of this.
Here they go. They're all hitting.
They're hitting. Now what they should. This is tough, man, because at this point, they're getting stuck over there on that barn or whatever the heck that is. The barn and the greenhouse are catching their Seekers and everything up, which definitely hurt this attack.
I think this is going to go to game 3.
I do. I think so.
Unless, they just can't beat that. One more Goliath comes out for blue team. Just stem all the damage.
FedComp is over there just trying to convert it for no reason. Just like, yeah, I'm going to take this. FedComp, if you get that, hats off to you.
One is doing damage directly to the fortune. They just plugged the hole. And there's like no way.
If you look, though, right now, Reddit has more health. I think what we could see is if Red right now is dropping infantry and taking over bases, which I'm assuming they're going to start doing.
That's what they've been doing.
Yep.
I saw them doing that.
Then they're going to be able to have map control. They're going to lose health at a much slower rate, and we could see this change in the last seconds of the game, which obviously something would change.
It just switched. Look at the damage being done to blue team's base now.
So it's infantries now. And that's one thing I like about AirMech is because, you know, you can get to matches where the last seconds of it are come down to infantry, you know. Isn't it infantry? Yeah, it is. It is definitely infantry, but I am bad at talking, so...
Did you say infiltry?
Yeah, I've been saying...
Infiltration plus infantry.
Yes. That's the thing. You get what I'm saying. It's infantry, okay?
They get the overtime damage is being... Oh my god. This is going to come down to the wire, isn't it?
It is, and that's what's interesting is because, you know, in most games you would think that you level up and you drop the big attack, and as we saw, that was just the second, you know, those Goliaths came out, and that was literally just to try to make the difference.
FedComp has the right thing. He dropped down a Goliath, or a Gemini at the back door. He's trying to speed up the damage, but look, Red Team did the same thing. They just basically washed each other. And Pixie's doing it again. He's got a Gemini at the back door with a T99 hitting it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ninja drops.
FedComp about to explode, and FedComp is dead. So, right now, it looks like
Blue Team
could do
this. No, it's Red Team's game.
It's Red Team.
They're just going to lose faster. They own more outposts, and FedComp is just barely coming back in a second. Unless Blue Team can do something crazy. No. I don't see this. Oh my god.
Alright, so let's watch Blue. Let's see what they're doing at this point. I mean, their base is taking Yeah, it's getting there, man. This is gonna be rough. It's an infantry drop. There
Infantry.
I'm sorry. By the way, guys, when you're talking on stream, it's a little bit more difficult than when you're talking in normal life. So, forgive me. I am sorry.
It's too late. Too little, too late on the episode. Red team wins.
Wow.
Oh god. That's Yep. It's all about that map control.
We just FedComp and Punktronica.
Oh yeah. That's the first match. Pixie and Mr. Nobody take the game. FedComp, Punktronica are out.
Are out.
That's yep. They just I'm gonna tell Triplicity, our organizer. He already knows, obviously, but